He just did an Academy-nominated musical, one filled with song and emotion. So what's the next movie Hugh Jackman is gonna do? Makes sense to me. This is what the average consumer thinks of the Wolverine.
Enough. I can end your eternity. Make you mortal.
I am giving this movie a recommend. I liked this movie. Here's what I liked about it. It was its own movie. It wasn't a part of a trilogy. It wasn't a prequel, part of a trilogy, leading up to someone else, a part of a bigger universe, setting up another movie that's going to go into this movie. No. It was its own movie. They took Wolverine just out of the X-Men team and put him in his own movie and gave him his own self-contained adventure and gave him something where they literally just put him in the middle of this adventure and you get to see how he figures his way out of it. It was a legitimate action story that where all the action scenes were warranted. You know, it wasn't just like, okay, it's been 10 minutes, fight. You know, it's been 10 minutes, the air carrier's falling, Captain America and Iron Man, can you repair this ship while fighting? No, there was legitimate reasons for Wolverine to fight throughout this movie. It was like, okay, he has to get him, you know, he's in this situation, he has to get himself out. And then he goes on, and then there's the next step of, okay, now the bad guys tried to do this, and then they fight. It was, you know, legitimate action scenes. And not only that, the villain's plot, I don't want to give too much away, but the villain's plot is, they do that thing again where the villain doesn't want to say what he's doing, and they don't reveal what the villain wants until the very end because it's a mystery, you know. They do that a little bit. They reveal what's going on a little bit, and you understand more as you go on, more and more. So you kind of build up what's going on as you go on this adventure. So they do that a little bit. Also, they give Wolverine a worthwhile challenge, because I'm not sure if you're in the know, but Wolverine has these unbreakable claws and healing abilities. How do you defeat that? You can't break the claws. You can't. They actually give him a legit threat, and I think you understand. You might have saw it in the trailer, but they take away his healing abilities. That seems worthwhile. And I thought it was going to be like Superman 2, where he asks to be human and then regrets it. No, they do it without him wanting it. They ask him, do you want to be human? And he says no, and then they do it anyway. So he has to go through this adventure with the possibility that he can die. I'm not going to say if he does or not. I am going to say it takes place after X-Men 3. I'm going to say all bets are off, basically. And the thing is, the villain's plot is pretty reasonable. It's actually, in the wide scope of superhero villain plots, kind of boring. It's kind of, you know, oh really, you don't want to take over the entire planet? You don't want to do that? You just want to do this, I'm not going to reveal it, but you just want to do this one thing? And to me, because it's kind of smaller that way, it makes more sense, and it's more plausible or whatever, you know, it's actually a legitimate plot. However, toward the ending, it gets a little cuckoo. You know, it's like, oh, okay, that made sense. What the hell? How are you gonna do this one thing how does this get you that? But overall, it's a legitimate threat for Wolverine. He's not, you know, in a prequel that leads up to him being a part of a team, that leads up to him being part of a trilogy. No. Wolverine was a legitimate threat in his own movie. You know, and it is exciting and worthwhile watching, and I liked it. And I'm giving it a recommend, and I'm just gonna leave That's all I'm gonna say. Because I feel if I reveal too much, if I say any more, I'm gonna start giving stuff away. So that is what the average consumer thought of the Wolverine.